Okay, so in this packet tracer 13.3.1, we're going to use ping to test and correct network connectivity. So you can see this is a network that has a lot more devices, and there is a fully completed address table here. So I'm just going to show you how I approach these issues, because this is troubleshooting, right? And using ping. So one of the things that I want to do is make sure that things are working correctly. And so notice you have no issues here. You have to select the host and use ping to determine which hosts are reachable from that host. If a host is found to be unreachable, use the ping ICMP trace, in other words, trace route to locate the general location of the network errors, locate the specific errors and correct them. So this just really just throws you into a place. But for me, the easiest thing to do is to go from each of these end devices and try and get to the server. Okay. Now notice that PC1 and laptop A are IP4 network, PC2 and 3 are IP6, 4 and server 1 are IP4, and B and C are IP6. So I'm going to do the IP version 4 first, and then I'm going to do the IP version 6. If I can trace route all the way from PC1 to the corporate server, that means I have connectivity. I'm all set. But if something happens with the trace route and stops, it'll tell me where it stops, and that helps me identify where to pay attention. And then I'm going to look at the settings using this table. So let's start with PC1. Let's get into a command prompt and let's ping the IPv4 address of the web server. So 203.0.113.100. I should have really started with a trace route, but I'm getting replies. So I have access there. I'll just run the trace route just to illustrate it. And we can see that I'm getting all the way to 2003.0.113.100, which is the corporate server. I'm going all the way through the internet. So I have full connectivity. Let's try laptop A, and we're going to do that with a trace route. And trace is complete as well, and it looks like I have full connectivity. That's excellent. Okay, let's try PC4. Again, with a trace route. Well, something's wrong right away, because immediately my trace route should go from PC4 to the router, and I'm not even getting to the router. Look at that. So something is wrong either with the router interface here or PC4. So I'm going to close out of here, and I'm going to go to my IP configuration, and I'm going to look up PC4's IP config, and I am actually going to run it on an IP config. I'm going to run, if you type Control-C, it'll stop. So let's do IP config. Just a simple IP config should give us what we need. Remember, we're going up to the fast Ethernet. So I'm looking for PC4 here. Address is 10.10.5.10, which it is. 255.255.250, which it is. And my gateway should be 10.10.5.1. Oh, it's 10.10.5.11. That's a mistake. So let's fix that. We'll go to RP configuration, make that a 1. And now that I fixed that, I should be able to run the trace route to that server. Boom, I fixed it. Okay, so the gateway on PC4 was incorrect. All right. So that's good. That gave me 14%. Let's keep going. Server 1. Can server 1 trace route all the way to the corporate server? Wow, this server's having trouble too, and it seems to be in the same area. There's something going wrong right at the server. Okay, so I'm going to do a Control-C to stop that. I'm going to run an IP config on the server. Look at my fast Ethernet port. Oh, I'm not getting an IP address at all. So it looks like that's IPv. Is it IPv6? I'm on server 1, right? I am. All right, so it looks like I have no settings. So let's go. Server 1, it should be IPv4. So I'm going to go into the server IP config. Oh, I can see it's set up for DHCP, but I want to make it static. And so I'm going to put my server 1 IP information in here. 10.10.5.20. I don't have a DHCP server here. And just going to move this out of the way. 10.10.5.1 should be my IP scheme. So I'm going to go back and run that trace route again and make sure that I can get to that server. Boom. I got to the server, so I fixed that. All right, that's excellent. Okay, so now let's do the IPv6 side. We're going to do the exact same thing from PC 2.3 and laptop B and C. I'm going to go to the same server, but now we're using an IPv6 address, right? But we are going to use traceroute because that's the easiest way to locate where the problem is. Okay, this one is trace complete. It got all the way to where we wanted to go. So PC2 is in good shape. Let's try PC3. That trace is complete. We got all the way there, so we have full connectivity. Let's try laptop B. Okay, so we have a problem with laptop B. Again, it's not moving at all. So that's something either the router interface or the laptop. So let's start with the laptop. Hit Control C here. Run an IPv6, no, IP config, sorry, because we're looking for IPv6. Let's check our address. Laptop B is 2001 DB8 5::10. That looks good. Gateways FE80::1. That looks good. So if it's not laptop B, it's got to be something on router 3. So let's open up router 3. And like in the last activity, we're going to use a show IP interface brief, IPv6 interface brief. We're going to take a look at this. Now, I'm interested in this interface right here, and that is interface G001. So I'm going to look at router 3, G001, and we're going to compare this address. So G001 is right here. It says it's up, and it's up. 2001 DB8 5::1. Whoops, this is a 6, right? So that's the wrong address for that router. So now we have to go into this interface, take this address out, and then put the correct one in. Okay, so we can just do config T, IPv6 address. Oh, we're going to do no IPv6 address. You can just do it like that. I got to get into the interface. So I'm looking at G001. No IPv6 address. That takes the address out completely. So now I can put it in IPv6 address 2001 DB8 5::1. Don't forget your /64. And the interface is already turned on. And so now I should go back to B. I should be able to trace route. And I got all the way to the corporate router. And now I'm at 100%. And so I solved all 3 issues. So now you can see how you can use traceroute to find out where to locate a problem. Okay. And then just double checking your address table to verify settings. And ideally, if this address table is correct, you're going to be in good shape. So nice job. Now you can try this on your own.